Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and the subject of our replay today is dbroussa, and he's in the British Tier 8 SPG, the FV207, and we're on the west spawn of Arctic region. As many of you may not know, the FV207 was only a blueprint, drawing of an Arty. It was based on the chassis of the Conqueror tank and was supposed to mount a 6-inch gun, a quick firing 6-inch, or 152mm howitzer. So it's not an Arty that was ever built, but it's one that was proposed based on an enclosed cabin, very much like the FV304, the Burt. He's taking up a position towards the back of the map. dbroussa's looking at that rise that comes around the mountain on the east side of the map near the enemy cap. There's a Rheinmetall Borsig been seen. He fires. It stuns the Borsig. It hits the rock face in front of him. That's a well-known position that enemy tanks tend to take, or tank destroyers tend to take at the start of a battle, so they can get shots into the enemy forces as they cross the pass at around about G7, G8. Okay, that Borsig's still there, and people are asking for fire resistance on it. The crosshairs appeared above the vehicle just before it disappeared. Now he's using... no, he's switched over. There was an IS-4 there. He was looking at that, and there's an SU-101. He's looked at those but discarded them as targets because the heavies have got down to the heavy fighting point on the South Pass. And he's aiming at this Lerva, which is coming up the rise. Lets the reticule contract, rounds out, and it's a splash hit for 244 hit points. And immediately dbroussa's relocating to prevent a counter battery. Looks like he's going to select this bush as cover. Okay, he's set up, waiting for the reload to go in. He's loaded. There it is, he's selecting a Type 4 heavy, shooting over the rock face, rounds out. Overshoots and hits the water behind the Type 4. Does a little bit of stun damage, but not much else. And immediately dbroussa's relocating. That's good practice. Always nice to see that somebody's doing that immediately after they fire to prevent counter battery strike. And his next target seems to be a Type 5 heavy. Lets the reticule contract. Nope. Is he going for it? Yes, he is. And rounds out. Direct hit. 188 hit points. And he's moving again. That's good. Now it looks like from over there there's a Jagdpanther which has been stunned. Actually, it's been taken out. It was taken out by the Type 5 heavy. Okay, he's aiming back at that Rheinmetall Borsig again. He fires. And it splash kills the Rheinmetall Borsig. He only got 17 hit points, but he got a kill. And there's an RU-251 spotting for him. And we can see that SU-101's gone up onto the rise. Now, dbroussa's almost reloaded. He can fire a round in there, so the RU just needs to keep spotting. Rounds out. Oh, overshot, but he did get a stun and some splash damage. 26 hit points. Now that RU-251 is also facing off against the T-54, which is around the corner. So he needs dbroussa to put a shell into that SU-100 to stop it being a threat to him. Rounds out. And that's better. That was a very close splash for 289 hit points this time. And of course the SU-101 is heavily stunned. And he's waiting for the reload to go in. Almost there. He's lined up on the SU-101. Rounds out. Direct hit. 331 hit points. That's a good shot. And the RU-251 is also engaging other tanks, and teammates have turned up to try and help him. Unfortunately, he's taken a hit from that SU-101, but the SU-101 has now fired, and debroussa's fired, and the shell goes in and stuns his teammate. The black dog got stunned by his shell. That's unfortunate. Okay, the enemy Arty has been seen. So Lorraine 15551. And he's on the far side. Now he can reach him. He knows where it was. He's marked it with his T key. Rounds out. No, the 51 had moved. I saw the 51 move in the corner of the reticule, so he definitely has he's also moved his position. Okay, there's a lurver and a defender, and debroussa is being requested to help. Unfortunately, he can't hit that FCM. They're requesting help on that, but he fires at the lurver, and a direct hit onto the rear of the lurver sets fire to him, and he gets 256 hit points and a fire for 44 and kills the lurver, takes it out, and the defender goes, and the FCM has gone as well, which means now he can pay attention to the IS-4 that was coming around the north route, which is a lot closer to debroussa than is healthy. He's lined up, he's almost ready to fire, rounds out. Splash hit some distance away from the IS-4, but it has stunned the IS-4, gives this Skoda a chance to do some stun assistance for him. Yep, he is getting the stun assistance. And that looks like, yes, the IS-4 has been taken down. Okay, there's a Wizzy 132. It's up on that little rise. That's quite dangerous. It's a nippy little light tank. And he fires a shot, but the 132 went unsighted, so it's unlikely he hit him, but he might have stunned him. No, we can see the trees falling. That 132 is making tracks to get back to his own cap. Oh no, he's hiding behind the rock. He's actually hiding behind the rock. I think the reason for that, of course, is that he knows his cap is being defended, and that 132 goes down. debroussa's taken him out with a shot. He stayed there stationary for too long, and debroussa was able to get him. Okay, lining up on that T-54 again, hiding behind a wreck, but it won't help him because the shell will come in near vertically. The good thing about the FV207 is it does have a very good trajectory of shell. He's loaded. Rounds out. Fortunately, it hits the rock face. I think that was just pure RNG on that time. Now there's a Batchat 25T has been seen very close to the cap. The M103 and the Skoda T50 are looking for him. debroussa is paying attention to this because this Batchat is very dangerous. Yes, and the Tiger 2's been seen around this side of the map, and debroussa can get a perfect shot into him. He does. Direct hit, 317 hit points. He needs to relocate quickly. He can push that Tiger 2 away. It's given him a nice stun as well, so he should be able to get some stun assistance off this. Lines up the shot. That Tiger 2 is very vulnerable. As soon as debroussa's reloaded, he can get a shot into him. Almost ready to fire. Let's hope that M103 doesn't get in the way. Oh, he stuns the Tiger 2, but he doesn't get it. Now he will pick up some stun assistance. Yes, he has. The Tiger 2's down. That's good. So now debroussa's paying his attention to that Batchat 25T, who returned all the way back, but that the Batchat took out the M48 pattern. Okay, he fires the last known position. Round goes in, but there's an explosion, so we don't know if it did any damage to the Batchat. The Batchat is the last remaining tank on the enemy team. Now, as the Lorraine 15551 has been taken out, debroussa doesn't have to relocate each time he fires, but he's decided to go back to the bush. Might give him some cover from the Batchat if it comes this way. And it appears that the M103 and the Skoda T50, rather than go hunting for the Batchat, They're taking up watching positions to see if they can spot it. Not sure that's the right decision to take, but the Batchat's bound to have better view range than both of those tanks. Now the Skoda might see, if he's in cover, he might see the Batchat if the Batchat comes around the south passage or through Grid Square's G7. The M103 is unlikely to see the Batchat if the Batchat comes around the west passage. Now, dbroussa's indicating with the T key where he's looking. He's looking at the south passage. He thinks that that's where the Batchat's going to come up. I mean, personally, I would have thought that the Batchat would actually come around the west passage. Much easier for the Batchat to escape and evade if it comes around that direction, because of course it can go through the gully to escape west, to escape east. And of course the Batchat might be just defending his cap. He might be at the other end, sitting there waiting for everybody to turn up. Got 3 minutes 35 seconds on the clock now. Now if they're going to cap, they're going to have to move soon, because it'll take them some time to get to the other end. Otherwise they're going to have to hunt the Batchat down. The Batchat has turned up the west route like I thought. Okay, he has turned up. And he's being engaged by the Skoda and the 103, but the 103's taken a considerable hit. And dbroussa puts in a good shot that hits the Batchat and gets a definite hit for 316 hit points. And he's now being engaged by the Skoda T50. dbroussa's reloading as quickly as he can. Looks like that Batchat's going to go over the cliff edge. Very risky. And the Skoda pulled back into cover because I think he was a bit worried that he might be wiped out by the Batchat, which of course did manage to put some good shots into that M103. The Skoda's admitting it was his fault, and dbroussa said no worries and suspect he will try again. I think that's probably correct, but I doubt he'll come up by the west route again this time. I think he will come in by one of the other routes. More than likely, I think he will come down the gully. The gully will provide him with the closest way to get to the enemy cap without being seen until he pops up around Grid Square G3. Oh, no, he has come from G7. He's actually through the other route, so to the east. Okay, dbroussa fires. Gets a splash hit, 58 hit points, 2 critical hits, and a good stun. But the position of that Batchat has now been revealed, so the Skoda can take up a position to defend against him. The Skoda's saying he's reloading. dbroussa's indicating he's reloading. You can do that with the F8 key, or on some mods, the C key. It's very useful to tell your partner in the battle how long you've got until you're ready to fire. dbroussa fires a speculative shot on the chance that the Batchat was sitting there. The Batchat's out. He's coming, and dbroussa's not loaded yet, so he's only halfway through his load cycle. Oh, this is awkward. It's getting very close now. He needs to get a shot into that Batchat as quickly as he can. The Batchat's virtually stationary. This is critical for the Batchat. dbroussa fires, and a direct hit kills the Batchat for 171 hit points, and he's won the battle. Excellent. That's a result. And it's an ace tanker for dbroussa in the FV207. Bruiser, an arsonist for the tank he set on fire, which was the Lurva, and a fighter medal because he killed 4 of the enemy. If we have a look at the team scores, He was 4th on damage. He did 2,424 hit points. And he was joint top on 4 vehicles killed with the IS-4. And, of course, he's 2nd on XP earned at 1,108 base XP. He fired 22 shots, which is quite a lot. He got 7 direct hits, 7 penetrations, 10 with splash damage. As we said, 2,424 hit points of damage, all greater than 300 meters. He damaged 8 vehicles and destroyed 4. He did 1,780 of stun damage and caused 13 stuns. He has a premium account, so he earned 47,454 credits, but after deductions for ammunition, he takes away 20,614 credits. And the XP earned was 1,662, times 2 for first victory of the day. He takes home 3,324 experience points. So good job there, dbroussa. Nice to see another ace tanker for the artillery. And if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, because we get excellent ace tanker replays all the time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next replay.